Hey guys, today's video is for all those first-time Carnival cruisers out there. So if you're thinking about booking a Carnival cruise or you just booked your very first cruise, this video is gonna be for you.
Yep, so make sure you stick around. We've got some useful tips for you. Get you going nice and easy on that first Carnival cruise.
Okay, so obviously you're already doing the number one thing on our list, and that is your research.
Yes.
Research is key to having a great time on your first cruise. You're going to want to research everything there is to know about your particular ship.
Yeah, you can go online, you can research ship tours so you know how your ship's laid out. You can go on there and watch other people's logs and see how the sailing went for them so you kind of know how everything's going to work out.
Yeah, and obviously you're going to want to join all of your Facebook groups.
Yes.
Now, there are so many Facebook groups out there. There are a ton for just Carnival in general.
Yep.
But also, you're going to want to join your specific sailing Facebook group. There is usually a Facebook group for every sailing out there. So make sure you join your group. There is going to be so many answers and questions that you're going to find out so much helpful information.
Yep. And also, when you're doing this research, you can research your ports too.
Ah, yes.
So that way you kind of have an idea of what excursions you want to do.
Yes. So that brings us to your online check-in.
Okay.
Now, when can you check in for your cruise? Well, Carnival does this 14 days prior to your sailing.
At midnight Eastern.
Yes, that's important.
Yeah.
Because if you are like us, we want to get that early check-in time.
Yes.
We want the earliest possible so we can get on board and start having fun.
Hey, I'm paying for that vacation. I'm paying for that cruise. I want to maximize my time on there.
Yes, so make sure you're on there at midnight Eastern time because the early times do fill up super fast.
Yep. Now just remember, you have to check in by midnight the night before your cruise. That's when the check-in closes.
Yeah, so make sure you don't miss that window.
Yep.
Now, this is when you're going to also enter your documentation, like whether you're going to be using a passport or your photo ID and a birth certificate.
Yep.
We prefer to use a passport. It's just so much easier, so much faster on disembarkation day.
Yeah, that line is usually pretty short. You get right off.
Yes.
Now, just remember, also a good thing about a passport is, God forbid something happens, you miss the ship at a port, your passport is going to be so much more helpful in getting you home.
Absolutely. And one other thing to remember, make sure your passport does not expire within 6 months of your sailing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so another piece of documentation you're going to need is your boarding pass.
Ah, yes. You can print your boarding pass like old-fashioned people like us.
Yep.
Or you can have it on your mobile phone. That is acceptable too, but we're always paranoid something's going to happen. Our phones will die.
Yeah, exactly. What happens if your phone dies or something weird? I always like to have a paper backup.
We have a paper copy of everything.
Yep. So now this also is before you get to the ship, you want to also print out your luggage tags.
Yeah. You're going to print out your luggage tags and put them on every piece of luggage that you're going to check.
Yes.
Some people even put them on their carry-ons.
Yeah, don't need that.
You don't need it. I mean, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, if something happens.
It's busy that first day and you set your bags down and you walk off. At least it'll have some documentation. Yeah. Somebody can turn it in and they'll know whose it is.
Very true.
Yes. I'm just going to throw this tip out there. We like to have these luggage tag holders.
Yeah.
That way, in case it's raining or, anything can happen, your luggage tags stay dry and you are good to go.
Yep. All right. The next thing on the list is the Carnival Hub App. Download that as soon as you book your cruise. Just for the fact that it's got a little handy-dandy countdown calendar. Hey, honey, it's only 254 more days until our cruise.
Oh, and believe me, he checks it every single day. And I'm not kidding. Every day. But another awesome thing on the Hub app is it is going to give you the actual date of your check-in.
Yes.
Yes, so there is no going to the calendar and figuring out how many days, when is my check-in.
Math is hard, guys.
Math is so hard. So it gives you the actual day, so I love that.
Makes it nice and easy.
Yes.
Now, once on board, it's got so much useful information. This is your kind of go-to item once you're on board.
Yeah, you're going to use it every day. It is going to have all of the activities, events for your cruise. Yep. There's you can heart everything you're interested in, and it'll give you a pop-up notification like, hey, this event is getting ready to start. So it lets you know, hey, I need to go get in line for this. You can see menus.
Yep.
You can see, what's for dinner tonight. So it is very, very handy.
You can see your account summary to see how much somebody's spending.
Yeah, that's important to check often so you don't get hit with this big bill at the end. So you're aware of all of your spending while you're on board.
Now, one little tip about this is make sure, I think you have to be in airplane mode even for the app to work once you're on board.
Yes, you have to put your phone in airplane mode or it will not work.
Yeah, and you want it in airplane mode. Otherwise, you don't want to see that cell phone bill at the end of your cruise.
Yes. Okay, so talking about being on board, another great thing is your carry-on.
Yep.
Everybody usually brings a carry-on bag with them. Now this is for like your important documentation, your passport and things like that, because you don't want to pack that in your checked luggage. Then what are you going to do?
Yeah, make sure any important medications, make sure those are in your carry-on, because if your luggage doesn't come right away and it's something you vitally need, it's right there with you.
Yes. We have a whole video up here. We'll link it to this.
Yep.
A whole video about carry-ons.
Yep.
So you can find out all kinds of information on that.
Now, with your carry-on, you're allowed, each person is allowed to bring one 12-pack of canned soda.
Yes.
And each adult over 21 can bring one 750 milliliter bottle of wine.
Wine or champagne.
Oh, excuse me. Or champagne. Fancy.
But remember, this is carry-on, so whatever you bring on carry-on, you have to carry it around with you until your cabins are ready. And that may not be till 1:30, 2 o'clock sometimes. It all depends.
So now that kind of brings us into our sail and sign card.
Yes. Okay. Now, usually on Carnival, you're going to get your sail and sign card when your rooms are ready.
Yes.
So they're going to be waiting for you at your cabin door.
Yep, right in your little mailbox.
Yes. But don't worry, you can still make purchases before then. You can buy those drinks when you get on board.
That's right.
You're going to use your boarding pass for that until you get your actual sail and sign card in hand.
See, that's why we have the paper boarding pass, so it's nice and easy for them to scan it.
Yes. Now, remember, you're going to use the sail and sign card for your whole entire cruise, so you don't want to lose it. We recommend buying a lanyard. They have a hole already punched in your sail and sign card to wear that lanyard around your neck, so you always have it handy.
Now, when you were setting up, when you were doing your check-in, you linked either a credit card or a debit card, or you were today saying you were going to do cash from your system. So this is where all the billing comes in. Now, just be aware that if you use a debit card, Carnival puts a hold, kind of depends on how long your cruise is. So automatically, I think like if for a 7-day cruise, it's either a $200 or $300 hold on there. So that money's not available. So just be aware of that. That's why we kind of like to stay away from using debit cards on a cruise.
Yeah, we must always link a credit card to ours because that is your life on board. Everything is going to be purchased with your sail and sign card. They don't like you to use cash, credit cards while on board. You can use cash in the casino.
Well, yes.
But other than that, everything is paid for with your sail and sign card. Say you are using cash, you can put cash at the guest services desk. Or you can go to one of the Carnival kiosks and you can deposit cash onto your card right there.
Slide it right in.
Yes.
All right. So the next thing, you know what? This maybe should have been before all this other stuff. Very first thing you do when you get on board a Carnival ship is you want to do your muster drill.
Yes, this is your safety briefing.
Yes.
Everybody has to do this. It's printed on your boarding pass, which area you are assigned to. And there will be plenty of crew members around the ship pointing you in the right direction.
Yep. So you get on, you have your boarding pass there. They're telling you F2 is in the theater. So you just go up there. You watch the safety briefing, which is usually nowadays no more than them showing you how to put on the life vest.
Yeah.
It's 5 minutes. They scan you to show that you were there, and you're off, and you're ready to have fun.
Yeah, it's super easy. It's super quick nowadays. Just get it done because they cannot sail away until everybody on board has done their muster drill. And you do not want to be that person that they're calling over the intercom that has not done their muster drill.
I can safely say we have never had that happen yet.
Never. So that is important. Number one, do your muster drill. Okay, so another question that cruisers might wonder about is what is included in my cruise fare? So let's start with food.
Yeah.
Obviously, they've got you covered for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yep.
Now, you've got a couple different options. Obviously, you've got the buffet, which is where the majority of people are going to go, especially on the first day.
Buffet's great for that excursion morning. You want to
Yes.
get in there and get out quick.
You've also got the main dining room.
Yes.
Which is really, really nice.
Yep.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
Say for dinner, you're only allowed to order up to 2 main entrees.
Yeah, but you get unlimited appetizers.
Yes.
So feel free, because they've always got those little special appetizers like the frog legs, something weird, and say you want a salad too. So yeah, take advantage of that.
Yes, he always does.
I do. 2 appetizers at least.
Minimum.
Not one entree though.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so besides the buffet and the main dining room, you've got other little venues that you can eat at that are included. Like, for example, Guy's Burger,
Yes.
Blue Iguana,
Yep.
the deli, the pizza place.
Now just do the research on your ship before you go, because could be others too. Like the new bigger ships have the Cucina del Capitano, and now that's free for the first time you go, but then you have to pay for your second one. So just do your research and know what else is on there.
Let's talk a little bit about dress code for these venues.
Okay.
So for the buffet, a lot of people go in there during the day, like they're out by the pool, they get hungry, they want to go get some lunch. Well, you can't just wander in there in your bathing suit. You've got to at least throw on a cover-up, throw on some flip-flops, no bare feet.
Guys, just throw on a t-shirt.
Nothing super exposed.
Yeah.
So that is acceptable for the buffet.
Yep.
As far as the main dining room goes, it's a little more dressy. Carnival's pretty laid back though. They're pretty casual on most nights. You can roll up there in your shorts, t-shirts generally.
Yep.
As long as you're not have these raggedy cut off clothes, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Now depending on your cruise, you may have 1 or 2 cruise elegant nights. That's where you might want to get a little dressed up for the dining room.
Want to be a little fancy.
You will see anything from just simple sundresses to ball gowns, khakis to tuxes.
Yes.
It just all depends on your preference. Don't get super stressed out about it.
No.
Whatever you feel comfortable doing, you do.
Yep, you do you. Just feel comfortable, have fun.
Yeah, now just remember, if you like photos, they do have a bunch of photo op stations. So if you're one of those people who likes to get super dressed up and get your photos, there's plenty of opportunities for that.
Yeah. All right, well, I want to throw in this with this food as a don't miss on a Carnival cruise is sea day brunch.
Yes.
That's one of our favorites. On a sea day, it goes a little bit later, so you don't have to get up early for breakfast. Make sure this is the #1 tip, and this is why you want to get that Hub app, is you can check in on the Hub app, and then it will tell you what time to come down there. It will tell you what time your table's ready, because sometimes it can be a little long, depending on how busy it is. But the sea day brunch is really good.
Yeah, it's really good. You're going to order off of a menu, and there are several items on there that you cannot get in the buffet.
Yep.
So it's really, really good. We enjoy sea day brunch a lot.
All right, let's move on to what drinks are included.
Okay, so
I was going to say the basics.
basics.
You got tea, lemonade, coffee, and that dispenser water.
And then also, like for breakfast, they'll have some type of fruit juices available for you. Now, what is not included is sodas or alcohol, and bottled water is not included either.
Correct.
So you can definitely pay as you go.
Which is what we do a lot of times.
We do. But if you know you're going to drink a lot of sodas or you're going to drink a lot of alcohol and beer, you might want to purchase one of the packages.
Now, let me give you another little useful tip is when you buy a drink, they give you a little receipt, and you'll notice there's a tip line on there. But know that already 18% has been added on to that drink for gratuity. So that tip is tip on top of a tip. Now, if you got great service and you want to show your appreciation, absolutely you can put something on that tip line, but don't feel obligated.
Exactly. Now, another tip is if you do plan on buying the packages for drinks, make sure you do it before your cruise, because that will definitely save you a little bit money when you purchase it ahead of time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to save you a bunch of money doing it ahead of time.
Yes. Okay, so another thing that is included in your cruise is your basic entertainment and shows.
Ah, yes.
Yes. Now, for Carnival, they don't do reservations.
No.
So there's no need to worry about reserving a show or a specific time.
Just get there early. If it's a show you want to see,
Yeah.
the comedy, something like that, make sure you're there early. A lot of the ships, those lines can get pretty long for the shows.
They can. So if it's important to you and you want a really good seat, definitely show up early and get in line. It's really...
For some of them, 30 minutes early. Yeah, so on some of those big ships for comedy, if you want to be there and get in 30 minutes early.
Mm-hmm. Another item that we always prepay is our general cruise gratuities.
Yeah, now it's $16 per person per day per regular room and $18 per person per day for suites.
Yes, we love to take care of this ahead of time,
Yeah.
so we're not worried about it, when we're getting off the cruise.
Yeah, you hate to see that big chunk of whatever money show up on your account.
Yeah, so if you don't prepay your gratuities, it will show up on your account the second to last day of your cruise.
Yeah, now this gratuity goes to your servers, it goes to your room attendant, a lot of people that work in the background that you don't see, so.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk a little bit about the things you cannot bring on your Carnival cruise. And we're not going to go over the whole entire list because that could be pretty extensive, but we'll link our video up here. We have a whole video about prohibited items.
Okay.
So if you want to check that out, please do so. But let's start with the most obvious one is really going to be don't bring any weapons or illegal drugs on your cruise.
Yeah, so that medical marijuana card you have, you can't bring your marijuana on board.
Not going to work,
No.
sorry. Another hot item that we see a lot on the forums is, can I bring my clothes iron?
Or the steamer.
Or the clothes steamer. No, I'm sorry, you cannot. You can't bring those on board your Carnival cruise. There are places on board that will do that for you, or maybe they have some self-service options where you can go iron your clothes ahead of time before your events. But you cannot bring those on board.
Yeah. Now, a new item that's been added just recently is Bluetooth speakers. Can't bring those on board with you. You can't be jamming out in your room anymore.
No, too many complaints of people out on the Lido deck blasting their music. No.
So those have been prohibited now.
Yes.
So now let's go into what you actually can bring.
Okay, a few of the items that we see a lot is, can I bring my hairdryer on board?
Sure.
Absolutely, you can bring your hairdryer. Do you need to bring it? You don't need to because each cabin has a hairdryer provided.
But how are those hair dryers?
They're usually pretty small. They're good enough for me, but if you like a really strong hairdryer, you might want to bring yours. But just so you know, there is one in your room if you don't want to bring it.
All
So
right.
that goes along with your curling irons, your hair straighteners. You can absolutely bring those with you.
Okay, now something that we bring a lot of times is those insulated tumblers.
Oh, yes.
Those are so handy. We don't get the drink package a lot of time, so we're not getting the bottled water. So we get those insulated tumblers and fill it up with water and bring it around the ship with us. Very handy.
Yes, super handy. Another thing is your toiletries. Now, they provide basic toiletries for you. It's a basic shampoo and body wash.
Works great for me. I'm just fine with it.
Not great for ladies. No, if you're like me, you're going to bring your own shampoo and conditioner with you every single time. I just have to. I can't live without conditioner. But you don't have to bring those little travel-size toiletries. You can bring full-size, mid-size, any size you want to bring. Feel free to bring it. It's allowed.
All right. Well, what about medicines?
Ah, medicines. Yes, you definitely don't want to forget your medicines. No. You can bring your supplements, bring your prescription meds. They do not have to be in the original bottle.
That's right.
We bring a pill dispenser. We bring a pill organizer.
Yep.
We bring so much medicine, it's ridiculous.
Well, just make sure that you bring extra, though.
Yes.
Because you never know. What if you get stuck out to sea an extra day kind of thing? It was too foggy to come in. There was hurricanes, something like that. Just make sure you have extras just in case you got an extra day or two out there.
Yeah, we've never had any issues with bringing prescription medicines in the little daily dispensers. I haven't heard of anybody ever being questioned about it, but a lot of people will take a picture of their original bottles and just have that with them on their phone, just in case.
Just in case.
Let's talk about the saddest day of your cruise, Debarkation Day.
Do we have to?
It's the worst.
The worst.
But there are a couple of options that you need to choose when it comes to debarking the ship. Now, this is going to happen on the Hub app. You're going to do this the day before debarkation, before 1 p.m. You need to make sure you have this done. And there are two options. You're going to do either self-assist, which is express debarkation.
That's where you take your own luggage off.
That's what we generally do. We're usually capable of rolling our own luggage off the ship. But yes, remember, you have to be able to roll your own luggage, all of it by yourself. They're not going to be there to assist you that day to help you get off the ship.
And just remember to have a little patience because everybody else is trying to do the same thing.
Yes.
The elevators are packed, everything else. So just debarkation day is a day of patience.
It can be very chaotic sometimes. So yeah, be patient. Now the other option is going to be checked luggage. Now this is where you're going to leave your luggage outside your cabin the night before, no later than 10 p.m. and they will come around and collect all that luggage for you. You're going to check how many bags you have on the Hub app, and they will deliver all the luggage tags that you need to your cabin that you can attach to your luggage. Just remember, don't pack all of your important things in there.
Like your change of clothes for the next day. Don't be that person debarking in their jammies.
Yes. You want to make sure you have any important medicines that you may need for the next morning. All of your important documents like your IDs.
Yep.
Definitely, number one, keep your sail and sign card with you because you're going to actually scan that card when you get off the ship the next morning.
Yeah, very important.
Yes. Now, you might wonder, where are my bags going? Well, when you get off the ship, they will be waiting for you in a baggage claim area, and you're just going to look for your zone number and your tags, and there are people there to assist you if you're having a little bit of trouble locating your bags. So that brings us to flights. If you are booking a flight home, make sure you don't pick a flight before noon.
No, because you just never know. I mean, most of the time we're off the ship by 8:30. You know, it's pretty early, but you never know. If you book that early flight, you know that you're going to come into port and there's going to be fog and you're going to get delayed or something else like that. So
yeah, bad weather. Customs may not clear your ship on time. You just never know what can come up. So it's a good idea to book your flight after noon.
Yep.
Now, but another good thing to know is you can still get breakfast on the ship.
Yeah, we always do. I mean, come on, you got to get that last little meal in before you get off.
What we normally do, we'll get up, go to breakfast, then come back to our room and get all of our luggage that we're taking off that day. But you have to be out of your room by 8:30 in the morning.
8:30, yes. So, yeah, they want you out. They got to clean up for that next batch of people that's getting on in just a few hours.
Yes. So out by 8:30. Make sure you get breakfast before you leave the ship. Okay, so I know it seems like we've thrown out so much information to you guys today, but just remember the number one thing is have fun, don't stress. You're going to have a great time.
Yeah, you're on a cruise. Just enjoy it.
Yes, cruises are the best, you guys. The best.
Yeah. But if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If there's something that we missed for, your first Carnival cruise, leave it in the comments. Let us know.
Yeah, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video.
Yep. Well, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time, guys.
Bye.